Live from the Kenyatta University Communication Center, you are just in time for the Thursday edition of the KUTV Prime Time News on this 30th day of the month of October, the final Thursday of this month. What have you been up to? 10 months down, 2 remaining, counting them, of course. And right here at KUTV, our very avid reporters have been up and about, compiling for you reports on matters happening in the country and also beyond our borders, including matters related to the elections in Tanzania and what is Tanzania. But first, let's take a proper invite into this broadcast. All right, we're having an interesting Thursday night here at KUTV. My name is Emmanuel Kutosi, and joining me in the sign language interpretation is Francis Okinyo. Of course, we invite you to keep the conversation going on our social media platforms at KUTV Kenya on the Facebook platform, KUTV_Kenya on X, and of course, tell a friend that we are streaming live on YouTube at KUTVNEWS Kenya. Now we begin on political matters where the Jubilee Party has formally endorsed the former Interior Cabinet Minister, that is Fred Matiang'i, to be its front runner in the presidential candidate for 2027. Speaking at the party's National Executive Committee, now the Jubilee Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni confirmed that the party had unanimously approved Matiang'i to be its flag bearer after receiving Dr. Fred Matiang'i's bid to run for presidency. The party filled several positions that were left vacant, with Nakuru Town West Member of Parliament Samuel Arama named Whip of the National Assembly, while Senator James Lomenen will serve as Senate Whip.
We have also resolved that Dr. Matiang'i represents us at the United Opposition, and on top of that, we also received formally his application to be the presidential candidate or Jubilee presidential candidate, and the NEC approved, resolved that he now carries the flag of Jubilee Party as our presidential candidate. And even as he goes to the United Opposition, he goes there in that capacity, and also representing our party leader or deputizing our party leader, and actually being the face of our party going forward, given that our party leader is not always available.
And in what has been seen to be an amassing of the Western region, President William Ruto kicked off a 4-day development tour of the Western region, accompanied by National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, and a host of Western leaders, in a mission aimed at transforming the region through major infrastructure and health investments, as Yvonne Kemuma now reports.
The ground running with yet another development tour of Western Kenya, with a rallying call for Mulembe Nation to back his administration.
Na wakati tulikubaliana na yeye, mimi niliketi chini na yeye, mimi nikamuuliza kwa heshima tuunganishe taifa letu la Kenya, na huyo mzee alikubali, na ndio sababu hiyo tukatengeneza serikali ya broad based ya kuhakikisha hakuna sehemu ya Kenya inabaguliwa, hakuna sehemu ya Kenya inawachwa nyuma.
The head of state began his itinerary in Butere, where he officially opened the new Butere Level 4 Hospital, a modern facility expected to significantly enhance access to healthcare services and boost the Kenya Kwanza administration universal health coverage agenda. But Ruto did not mince his word to the opposition.
Barabara ndio hii tunajenga. Stima tuko na mpango, masomo tuko na mpango, matibabu tuko na mpango. Yao ni mpango ni gani?
one term, kasongo, nini. Hiyo itabadilisha dunia hii kweli? Sio, ni ujinga. Sasa hawa jamaa, mimi nataka niwaambie, hawa jamaa wa ukabila na kisirani na hasira, ati hawana mpango, hawana sera, hawana taratibu, hawana agenda, hata akili hawana.
Ruto, who was accompanied by other leaders from Western Kenya, including Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi and the National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula, outlined a raft of other development initiatives for Kakamega County, including 2.2 billion to expand electricity connection to 34,000 households, 2.5 billion for completion of ongoing road tarmacking projects, and 1.4 billion to finalize the Bohungu Stadium construction.
Na Western region yetu lazima tuonyeshe umoja wetu, msimame nyuma ya viongozi wetu, sisi zote tusukume gurudumu ya kuleta amani Kenya, ya kusaidia rais aendelee na kazi ya kubadilisha nchi yetu.
Kama mtu iko nje, shauri yake. Your Excellency, we are assuring you as a community, na mimi nikiwa mzee wa hii community, we will rally behind you. 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 We will. Wale wengine wasimdanganye. Hao ni washanti sana. Mungu awabariki.
President Ruto is expected to continue his tour across Western Kenya, commissioning projects in health, infrastructure and energy as part of Kenya Kwanza administration's broader commitment to equitable regional development. Ahuma Evans for KUTV, Nairobi.
And still on matters of wooing the Western region, particularly the Malava by-elections a month away, President William Ruto has officially opened the Kenya Medical Training College Malava campus in Kakamega County, reaffirming the government's commitment to improving healthcare training access. He said the campus will boost universal health coverage by producing skilled medics. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi termed it a milestone in community empowerment, while Speaker Moses Wetangula said it will uplift education in Western Kenya. Cabinet Secretary Wycliffe Oparanya urged collaboration between government and Kutv boss, that is Francis Otwoli, encouraged youth to embrace training for national development.
Today, we are officially launching this facility that is going to be of great significance and will contribute immensely to additional human capital, especially health professionals that are going to undertake matters to do with health in our country, especially as we expand to universal health, where every citizen will be brought into the bracket, and to ensure that we serve all citizens equally.
Mheshimiwa Rais amesema kwamba kazi yake ni maendeleo, sio fitina na matusi. Si namna hiyo? Mimi nataka niambie wale wameshindwa na campaign.
Sini huyu rais ndiye analeta. Huyu mtu wa opposition atakuwa wapi kuleta hiyo? Na hiyo ndio itamsaidia nyinyi watu wa Kabarazu kupata, vijana wenu kupata kazi. Mnasikia hiyo? Juzi nimekuwa hapa nikiongea mambo ya nyota. Vile rais ameamuru Kenya mzima vijana wetu watafuta kufanya biashara.
And away from matters of wooing the West to a matter of questionable Pan-Africanism, Interior Principal Secretary Dr. Raymond Omolo has warned Kenyans against participating in unlawful demonstrations along the Kenya-Tanzania border following reports of protests at several one-stop border points, including Namanga, where residents took to the streets in solidarity with Tanzanians disputing Wednesday's presidential election outcome. Speaking in Mombasa, Dr. Omolo emphasized that Kenya has clear laws governing protest and urged citizens to operate strictly within legal boundaries. He further assured that the security agencies are on high alert to maintain peace and stability, warning that anyone found inciting violence or disrupting cross-border trade will face the full force of the law.
My point is that as a country, we have laws and regulations that guides whether it's demonstrations or protests. And my appeal is that anyone who might want to be engaged or participate in any form of protest or demonstrations, let's do what the law allows us to do. To our friends in Tanzania, I'm sure they also have ways and mechanisms of dealing with their issues. They are our friendly neighbors, and we want to wish them well as they go through their processes.
Now on to Busia County, where efforts are underway to address stigma and discrimination faced by intersex persons. Right organization Jinsia Yangu Kenya has embarked on a sensitization drive targeting government administrators to promote understanding, inclusion, and equal treatment for intersex individuals. The initiative aims to ensure that policies protecting this often overlooked group are implemented at the community level.
And when it comes to issues of intersex persons in Busia County, we have 28 as per 2019 census, but in the country we have 1,554 intersex persons, and it is quite clear in the law that they need to be treated with the respect, the dignity that they deserve. We have looked at the Children's Act when it comes to issues of children. We have also looked at the Basic Education Act when it comes to access of education. We have looked at the Health Act when it comes to access to medical health and care. We have also looked at the Sexual Offences Act. And the people we are targeting today and we have engaged with are the administrators, both at the county and the national level, and they are key gatekeepers in the community.
Okay, we are due our first break right here on the Thursday edition of the KUTV Prime Time News. And just a question that you can be able to share with me your sentiments on our social media platforms. Why are flags raised in the morning and dropped in the evening? A question that maybe you can give me an answer on after the break in a moment.
A new era, a new people. This is the Law Matters Show. A program that brings you legal sensitization on your television.
My statement is written and just the quote the prosecution.
I think that this loss is a setback for Raila Odinga.
What policy recommendations were fronted by the candidate?
With diversity, we demystify important legal issues locally, regionally, and internationally.
About what Tanzanians.
Join me, Elvin Onsongo, as I bring you more insights on law matters.
We are looking at social issues. What is the problem? Is it the economy? Is it...
Law Matters Show, creating awareness, advocacy, and enhancing lives.
Tunachimba hadi mizizi kukuletea yanayojiri.
So mimi naomba tu serikali yetu ya Mungu jibarikiwe na Mungu iweze kuteremsha bei ya mafuta
yanayokukumba. Tuna maizi, tunakutetea sisiri. Kwa kweli ni speciali tukikupambia makala ya mwanamke mwake. Utasema hupendi mizizi ya habari. Nami Caroline Kimwele.
Welcome welcome back to the Thursday edition of the KUTV Prime Time News. Now we move to the northern frontier in Laikipia County, where security officials are calling on civilians in possession of illegal firearms to surrender them voluntarily. The government has vowed to launch a forceful disarmament operation against those defying the directive amid rising insecurity in parts of Mukogodo Forest and neighboring counties.
A high-level security meeting held in Nanyuki brought together top government officials and conservancy leaders from Laikipia, Isiolo and Meru counties. The forum, organized by the Northern Rangeland Trust, sought to address growing insecurity linked to illegal firearms and bandit activities in the region. Laikipia County Commissioner Onesmus Kiata has revealed that Mukogodo Forest has become a major hideout for armed bandits, adding that the government has intensified operation by deploying ASTU and GSU officers and establishing a security camp in Kirimon, Laikipia North.
Bila shaka tuliongezewa vitengo mbili maalum, tumeongewa kikosi ya GSU na pia wale askari wa anti-stock theft unit, na already they are in place. There are 2 camps already in that forest. So ile mahali imebakia ni kidogo, tunataka tuzingire au majangili, tuhakikishe kwamba tunamaliza huyo halifu. Tuko na kambi ambayo imeanzishwa huko Kirimon, ili pia kusaidia na kuchangia kuhakikisha kwamba hao majangili hawaendelee kusumbua kaunti zetu hizi 3.
NRT CEO Tom Lalampa reaffirmed his organization's partnership with the state to combat livestock theft, which he had said fueled widespread instability in some parts of the northern Kenya.
That today, with the government security leadership from the 3 counties, the leadership of the conservancies, and our partners within the landscape, being Laikipia County Conservancy Association, Loisaba Conservancy as well, among others, really to look at the possible interventions we can put in place to restore peace within our landscape. It's very evident that there's a lot of livestock raiding or livestock stealing.
Richard Legay said that in their conservancy, they have a challenge in mobility when they get incidents of theft. He urged people to work together with the government so as to be able to end insecurity.
Pia kwa conservancy yetu tuko na shida, changamoto kubwa sana kwa sababu hatuna mobility. Ndio shida kubwa. Wakati tunapata incident ya wizi, hatuna gari. Hiyo ndio challenge yetu kubwa sana. So langu ni kusema ya kwamba ni mzuri tushirikiane na government agencies ili tuweze kumaliza hii shida ya insecurity. Sababu shida ya insecurity ndio imekuwa problem sana.
Zainab Hassan, Leparwa Community Conservancy Chair Lady, urged residents to refrain from using illegal firearms, noting that lasting peace and development depends on embracing dialogue, collaboration and trust among communities and security agencies.
Chochote ambayo inafanyika katika conservancy, coordinate na conservancies, kwa sababu wakikoordinate leo mali ikitoka Meru, ikuja ipitie Leparwa. Sisi Leparwa tutakuwa na ripoti kabla hiyo mali haijafika, tutaweza kublock. Lakini kama sijasikia, sitakuwa na habari, unakuta nikilala mimi mali inaweza pita. Kukuwe na ile coordination ya conservancies pia, kwa sababu hiyo ndio ile key priority thing.
Leaders reaffirmed commitment to peace, urging continued cooperation between communities and security agencies to end banditry and promote regional stability.
Now, the national and Kilifi county governments are in talks to expand the Malindi International Airport in a bid to boost air connectivity and tourism at the coast. Tourism and Wildlife Cabinet Secretary Rebecca Miano made the announcement during the opening of the 4th Uganda-Kenya Coast Tourism Conference in Malindi. Miano said the expansion will complement new international air routes and licensing reforms aimed at attracting more airlines to Kenya. Kilifi Governor Gideon Mungaro said the project will allow tourists to fly directly to Malindi, unlocking the region's economic potential and strengthening cross-border tourism collaboration between Kenya and the Pearl of Africa, Uganda.
Captains of industry had requested that Kenya has more access in terms of airlines, because we know that visitors have to travel, they have to use airlines. I am very happy to note that under the leadership of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, significant progress has been made. Over the last couple of months, we have seen new airlines that have been licensed. Just this morning, we had a new frequency for the Turkish airline.
Now, thousands of Kiambu residents are set to benefit from the government's ongoing multi-billion shilling housing and market projects in Thika, Juja and Ruiru, now nearing completion. The National Assembly Housing Committee says more than 4,000 affordable units in Thika are 70% done, with most already booked. Committee Chair Johanna Ngeno says the projects are the key to bridging the housing gap and creating jobs for locals. Modern markets under construction in the constituencies. Although the three constituencies within Kiambu are also expected to boost trade and empower small-scale traders, the development marks a major step towards affordable living and inclusive economic growth in Kiambu County.
Thika alone, we are ranging to 4,000 units. That's a plus for us. I think Thika has the most in terms of the constituencies. We are doing very well. So at times, and I keep on telling my people, where a time comes to say thank you, let us say thank you even to the government of the day.
The project itself was started by the president, and as you can see, the progress of the project is very steady, and we would want to appreciate.
Now, coastal communities in Malindi are set to benefit from new research and training opportunities following a 6 million shilling boost to the Coastal and Marine Ecosystem Research and Training Center. The equipment donated through a RESEA project will enhance community capacity in marine conservation, offering women and youth hands-on skills in data collection, research and sustainable livelihoods. The initiative, funded by Global Affairs Canada and implemented by UNIC partners, aimed at strengthening local resilience against climate change. Officials say the center will now serve as a hub for innovation and learning, empowering coastal residents to protect and benefit from the marine resources.
The equipment range from binoculars, camera traps, marine equipments, and we already have a framework of collaboration with the International Union for Conservation of Nature, and this equipment are also going to be used to build the capacity. We have developed jointly a curriculum on marine conservation and monitoring, and we intend to have a first cohort of community groups that will be training on this curriculum to address the myriad challenges that are facing marine environment.
5 minutes past the top of the hour, and we are due our second break right here on the Thursday edition of the KUTV Prime Time News. Don't go too far, because in a moment we come back with Matters Sports.
Shuka akawa tuzo, ukakamavu wake ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ngari ngari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake mwake, nami Caroline Kimwele. Imagine a world where you are empowered to take charge of your health, where you are well informed about the latest advancements in healthcare and understand the policies that impact your well-being.
Get ready to take charge of matters your health as we bring you a blend of weekly health features, that engage professionals from across various medical fields.
When do you decide as a patient, do I need to go see the doctor? We are at a stage where we are seeing all this manner of chronic illnesses, and we wait until we get a disease, and then is when we go ahead.
From the most mundane to the complexities that perhaps seem overwhelming, we got you covered.
In terms of the factors that might be attributed, there are hereditary factors that means it could be genetic, so that's one factor. But there are other factors as well, like nutritional deficiencies. So some vitamins such as folate have been identified to be a factor in those. So
our mission is to break down intricate health topics into understandable and actionable insights. Join me, Yvonne Kimuma, every Wednesday 9 p.m. on KUTV's News at 9, where your health is our priority.
Alright, it's about that time to get sporty. Now, the Kenya ladies football team Harambee Starlets have jetted back to Kenya from Senegal, where they defeated Gambia 4-1 to secure a position in the Women African Cup of Nations WAFCON 2026. The return now marks the start of preparations for the major tournament, and according to team coach Berlin Odemba, her team is ready to fly the Kenyan flag high. However, she called for support from the government. This is the first time Kenya has qualified for the tournament since 2016.
For me, kwanza na thank God kwa opportunity, na shukuru Federation na technical bench yetu wametuweka poa. That's why tume perform fit. So place tumeachia, tutaendelea kuanzia hapo. So it's not over. Bado ndio hiyo AFCON, ndio hiyo, kuna matimu kubwa, majina kubwa, but sisi kama Starlet kila kitu tunachukua, kila kitu na wakati wake. So sasa hii tutajiprepare kwa stories zingine. So AFCON ikifika tutakuwa poa pia. Sisi pia tunaweza, ndio maana tume qualify ya. For me ni special juu 2016 nilikuwa na team but siku manage wa KCC, but now nimekuwa na team na thank God mesaidia nchi. Na nashukuru mafan na Wakenya wote wametuombea, na president pia venye ametumotivate. Tumeshukuru sisi kama Magal Chad ametuonekania pia. Federation big up, tumeshukuru nyinyi wote, bila nyinyi majamaa tuwezi.
First of all, I thank God for that he's given us this WAFCON, but I believe that it was long overdue for us as Kenyans. Of course, it's a good feeling. It goes into my CV, but it is beyond that. It is now time to roll our sleeves and get to work. The tougher work is ahead. I'll urge our federation as well as the government to really help us.
And in a rather somber report, Kenya's sports fraternity is mourning following the death of para-badminton gold medalist champion Japheth Kakai Kitela, who passed away shortly after returning to the country from the World Ability Sport Beach Games held in Masin, Turkey. According to Alfred Simiu Barasa, the vice president of the Ability Sports Kenya, Kakai began feeling unwell shortly after the team arrived back in the country on Monday now this year, and he passed away later on in the afternoon while receiving treatment at Mbagathi Hospital in Nairobi. "31 minutes past the top of the hour, and my director James Baraka just can't skip speaking in Swahili. I don't know if it's Tanzania inspired or otherwise, but he's just bringing them in. And of course, about my question, I asked, why is the flag raised in the morning and dropped in the evening? According to my friend James Baraka, bendera ufuata upepo, and that night hakuna upepo. And our very own military guy, Major Minor of the Digital Battalion, notes that at night it may be stolen. Another sentiment coming back is that it is a symbolic reflection to fallen soldiers. That one at least does bring some sense home, and it's something to note. Anyway, thank you for being part of the Thursday edition of the KUTV Prime Time News. Of course, we celebrate Harambee Starlets, and just to keep them on books with their checkbooks and noting this, they were to get 1 million each if they win away and qualify. So the Harambee Starlets, already each player has 1 million each in the bag. It's for the bag. We also call for them to continue winning. A win at home will get them 5 million, a draw 2.5 million, and of course they already have 1.5 million in the bag. From me, Emmanuel Kutosi, and also the whole team involved in the production of tonight's broadcast, led by my producer Yvonne Kemuma Monari, and of course on the digital part, Lucy, ensuring everything is flowing, followed by Frank on the sound, and also Levis Ndomoto. I can't fail to name James Baraka, my director, and of course Simon, ensuring the graphics is coming on point. And on the digital battalion, Major Minor, ensuring everything is coming on point and as it should be, right here on the Thursday edition of the Prime Time News. Lucy, I began with you, my dear. From me, Emmanuel Kutosi, and on sign language interpretation, Francis Okenyi. It's good night. Let's pray for our brothers and sisters in Tanzania. They need to get through this, of course. Good night.